This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smitham. And get the latest news from Alpena Community College with Dr. Olin Joyton. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Nancy Smitham. My first guest is Judy Burns from Friends Together. Hi, Judy.
Hi there, Nancy.
As we're taping this, you are anticipating a huge turnout at a wonderful event, and we won't know how it turns out until after.
Right.
But as this is airing on Sunday, you're home, you're relaxing after the wonderful wild weekend that you've had. And this is a first-time event for Friends Together called Five for Friends.
Correct. Yes, it is. And this is going to be Sunday morning, and we are relaxing after our Friday night event down at the brewery. And my anticipation is there will be hundreds of people there that night. I know there will be. We have music, entertainment, great food, 50-50 raffle, a community coming together because we belong together as we fight this disease called cancer and support all of our loved ones so they don't go through this journey alone. So this will be Sunday morning, and we don't have the results yet, but we know hundreds of people are joining us on Friday.
And this has been a wonderful event for the community. You can see the Five for Friends hands everywhere, see the circle signs, see everything. But ultimately, it's all about Friends Together, a
Yes.
local organization where all money stays locally, where you do support, advocacy, gas cards, so many wonderful things that you do for people who have cancer in our community and their family members.
Absolutely. All this money stays in our community, and our mission is to support our folks touched by cancer and their families and loved ones in this 5-county region. Whatever their need is, if we can take care of it, we will. If it's transportation, if it's finding a resource to pay a utility bill in the winter, a second opinion, going to and from our cancer center here, our wonderful cancer center here in Alpena for radiation, we're going to make sure that they get there. They're that important, and they deserve the best.
And this group came about as a promise to your daughter, Dawn.
Yes, it did. Yes. Dawn passed away in 1995. She was a college student from colon cancer, which is extremely rare. And before Dawn passed away, I promised her no one would go through this experience the way we did. I had no idea back then what would evolve and how much it has grown. And I know that she's smiling on us today.
She is.
Yeah.
I can see Delta Dawn.
Yes, she is.
And the important thing is, to me and my family, are the support groups that you have. You have guys like us, and then you have your Tuesday night crazy group of people.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess what I see come out of this is that, you know, you're not a person with cancer. When you go there, you're a person, you know, just like everyone else in that room, and the stories and the sharing and the laughter and the joy that comes out of these support groups.
Absolutely. We have a breast cancer support group, and we also have one in Rogers City. And what all of our folks realize is they're not cancer. They just have cancer. That first and foremost, they are their own person,
Yep.
the wonderful person they are, and that we are here to support them. And sometimes people think when you go to a support group, it's gloom and doom. Believe me, it's anything but that. There's a lot of joy, a lot of sharing, a lot of support. The guys fish together, golf together, chat together, email together, text together. The same way with the gals. There's always something going on. It is wonderful to see the bonding that takes place and the support.
Okay, and speaking of breast cancer, you have a new project that you brought with you today.
I do. We have a new program that's going to be rolling out in July. It's called Tees and Tops.
Okay.
And this is a comfy top. It took me over 2 years to find a resource for women after a mastectomy to have a wonderful, comfortable top that has Velcro, and they can easily slip in and out of it. It's washable. You just wash and hang it, and that's it. And also sometimes there are tubes for drainage after a mastectomy. There are pockets to hold
Perfect.
that. Our goal with this is that every woman who has a mastectomy or a lumpectomy realizes that she is first and foremost that beautiful woman.
Yes.
And that she is a feminine gift from God, and we just don't want her wearing her husband's t-shirt home. We want something special for her. So this will be rolling out in July for all of our women here in Alpena who receive the news that they have breast cancer and have follow-up surgery.
Okay.
Along with this program, we have prosthetics and bras for women who have that need after a mastectomy, either by a need because their insurance isn't covering an additional prosthetic or bra. We do have a certified fitter, and that will be rolling out in July also.
Wonderful.
And also a new program, A Touch of Beauty. It's for women. It starts every other month beginning in July. And what this is a free hands-on workshop for gals for any type of cancer issue. If you've been diagnosed, you're welcome to come. It's free. You get a free makeup and skincare kit. And we have developed a new program where all of our skincare products and makeup, everything that we share with the women and they are given that night, all of them are chemical free.
Wonderful.
And we know that we don't want to apply any more chemicals to your body during and after chemo or radiation. So this is an evening, it's a girls' night out, and we do this every other month right at the Friends Together Center.
And they can call Friends Together and get information.
Absolutely. On all of our programs, we have 8 support groups. We have transportation. We give gas cards. We have programs for the gals. Anything that anyone may need who's been touched by cancer, we're going to try to help you find the answer for that need.
And I guess I'd like to reach out to anyone out there. If you're a caregiver, there's a support group for you. You don't have to be alone. If you're a man, if you're a woman, there's support groups. And if you feel funny about going the first time, call ahead of time. Meet them outside, or someone will meet you and go in with you and introduce you, and you say what you want to say or don't say what you don't want to say.
And not only that, when you think of support, it's just not always a group setting. We do a lot of one-on-one consultation with folks and families. Maybe the group isn't for you.
Okay.
Maybe come in, sit down with myself or Bill or Melissa, and we will help you navigate this journey step by step. So we're here to support and love everyone.
Wonderful. Okay, phone number.
356-3231, and we are located at 105 Prentice. It's right on the corner of State Street and Prentice, right by WATC.
Look for those cute pink flamingos out front.
Yes, they are darling. A wonderful gift from Mr. Jim Smitham.
Yes, they are.
Yes.
Thank you very much for being here, and I look forward to hearing about the wonderful success of Five for Friends.
Me too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll be right back with Christine Wedge from Alpena County Library following these messages. Hi, welcome back. I'm with Christine from Alpena County Library. Hi, Christine.
Hi, Nancy.
Well, we've got so much to talk about. We have to jump right into Summer Book Club.
Summer Book Club is ready to start again. It kicks off on Tuesday, July 17th, and this time we're kicking it off with a magic show and a picnic, just $1 for a hot dog lunch, and the magic show will start right at 10. The picnic will follow pretty much right after, sort of from 11:30 to 1:30. If you are just eager to get signed up, the minute we open the doors on Tuesday, we're starting sign-ups. So,
and it's just read 15 books, prizes, and fun.
That's exactly what it is. Activities twice a week, every week till the middle of July. We have an acting troupe coming to do a play.
Ooh.
We have Dr. Zemo's Science Palooza. We have field trips to the Thunder Bay National Marine Sanctuary and the Besser Museum for Northeast Michigan. It's special crafts, all kinds of activities to keep the enthusiasm high for reading in the summer. And then, of course, we'll cap it off, like we always do, with a carnival in July. And the big news this year is that carnival, we are going to try it at the Aplex. We've been holding it at the fairgrounds for years and years, and we've just had a knack for picking the hottest day of the whole summer. So this time we'll have it at the Aplex, and we'll see if we can beat the heat.
In air-conditioned comfort.
Yes.
So they have to come to the library. Are there any other spots where they can read their books or pick up books, or is it only Alpena County?
Really, at the Alpena County Library is the place to come and sign up. A few daycares do it on their sites. And if that's applicable to where your kids attend daycare, your provider will tell you about it. But really, all the activities are at the library, and we want to build a habit in these children of coming to the library for a lot of fun. So.
Perfect.
It will be a really, it's always a lot of enjoyment.
Okay, then Pushing the Limits Science Discussion Program.
We kicked this off in May. It's a neat grant program, a series of 4 discussions just about science, really for adults, not formal, not lectures, let's talk about a book and talk about how science plays in it. And so the book for June is Clive Cussler's Arctic Drift. Clive Cussler's really popular author, really accessible, a quick read. And in his book, the theme of the discussion really is survival.
Yes.
And we'll talk about how our climate's changing, what does that mean for how we can live on our planet. And this book is kind of an adventure story, but it kind of is a doorway to what kind of science things can we think about. And there'll be 2 more programs in July.
And then, we have Knowledge talking about early man and connections.
Right, that's in early July around the 10th, and then on the 24th we'll talk about Thunderstruck, which is Eric Larson's book about the invention of the radio. So that's one that's kind of about technology.
Very good. And then this one's really exciting, July 21st.
Right, we have Jennifer Farr Davis, who is a National Geographic explorer. She is a hiker who has hiked over 12,000 miles on 6 different continents.
Wow.
And she holds the endurance record for the Appalachian Trail for both men and women. She holds the record, not just the women's record. I think that she hiked it covering 47 miles a day.
Wow.
For a through hike, it's called. She wrote a book about it called Called Again, A Story of Love and Triumph, and she'll come and tell us about the hike and about the book and about her experiences.
So we want to get that out early, so it's July 21st at 6:30. Is it a free program?
Completely free, yep.
Completely free.
Everything we've talked about is free.
So a chance to see someone from National Geographic.
Right,
And,
really an explorer.
Up close and personal.
And I know we have a lot of folks in town who are hikers, and we have many people who've gone down and hiked parts of the Appalachian Trail. And so this is someone who's hiked the whole thing at a clip of 47 miles a day.
That's amazing.
I can't even imagine doing that one day of that, not to say anything of several
That's hard
days.
to drive that far in a day.
It feels like it.
I don't have enough time.
Yeah.
Okay, and then also coming up in October, you have a wonderful program, as usual, for the library.
We do. This is such an early sneak preview. We don't even have the tickets for sale just yet, but we have arranged with Mr. Philip Levine, who is a U.S. Poet Laureate for 2011, I think is when he was named. And he is Detroit born and bred. And I think at the age of 14, he started working on assembly lines. And as he grew older, he really felt a connection to the working class and to the working man, and he decided to write about that. And so people call him the Walt Whitman of the working class, which is, just a really neat. And so many folks from our area have experience or history in Detroit.
Or factories.
Yeah, there's so much, or in manufacturing,
Yeah.
right. There's so much connection for us there, and he has a very accessible way of speaking about it. I think some of us, in high school, found poetry kind of impenetrable. Like, I'm not sure what this is supposed to mean, and Mr. Levine's work is very accessible.
And if you've had factory in your experience, your parents or yourself, it'll go, wow, he's got it.
Really speaks to people, yep. So we're really looking forward to him. He will be here on October 19th. It's a Sunday. He'll be here at 7 o'clock, and we will hold that at the Alpena High School.
And when tickets go on sale, they'll be $10 each.
Right. And
okay.
I'll be here to tell you about it.
Yay. Back to Summer Book Club, because now that we're in wonderful air-conditioned comfort, we are calling for volunteers.
That's right. We're looking for volunteers both at the library, and when you volunteer at the library, you listen to children who've read books come and just talk to you about it. And there's not a form to fill out, and it's all different ages. So you might have a 3 or 4-year-old who just draws you a picture of the main character, or you might have a 12-year-old who can really, I've had kids explain the whole plot to me.
It's amazing.
It's a great experience, makes you feel really positive about the future. And that goes on throughout Summer Book Club, throughout the whole 6 weeks. And then on the 16th of July, when we have the carnival, then we need volunteers to man the games and man the food areas and do those kinds of things. So if you've volunteered in the past, your phone will start ringing.
Yes.
And if you missed a few years, or if you thought, gosh, it's just too hot for me, I'm not sure I can keep on doing it, and now that it's in air conditioning, you think maybe I'll try it again, then please give us a call.
Okay, and so kids read books, they earn points, so that most of the stuff will be free if you're a good reader.
Absolutely, right. All of the programs are free, and if you read 15 books, and if you are an older reader and you're reading like Harry Potter, every 50 pages counts as a book.
Woohoo!
So you don't have to read 15 thick books like this. We're counting the little ones that the little ones read. If you read 15 books, you get a strip full of tickets and you get a chance at every single game. So that's and there's each game at the carnival. You can win some prizes, and then you can turn in your prize tickets for bigger prizes.
And something we want to just remind everyone that kids who read through the summer start school in the fall in much better condition to get jumping right into homework.
That's really true. If you know the way our country kind of has such an agricultural history that we really needed kids to work in the fields in the summertime. That's less common now, but we still have that tradition, and so we have that gap of 8 or 10 weeks where kids aren't necessarily reading and doing, and so then we do spend a little bit of time at the beginning of the year getting back in the groove, and kids who keep on reading through the summer, they're right there. So it's a terrific academic support for your child.
We're out of time. I'll talk to you next month.
Thanks, Nancy.
Thanks, Chris. Please stay tuned for Dr. Olin Joyton following these messages.
Good morning. I am Jay Walterwright, Director of Public Information and Marketing for Alpena Community College, and this is the ACC portion of Talk of the Town. With me this morning, one of our regulars, Mike Colleen, Director of Admissions. Welcome, Mike.
Great to be here, Jay. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show. We're going to talk about registrations this summer.
Yep.
For fall semester.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I mean, it's, summer weather has arrived.
Finally, yes.
High school graduations have taken place out there for all of our graduates. Congratulations to all of them. And, well, what's the next step? And, this past week I've been getting a lot of phone calls from these graduates or the parents of these graduates sort of saying, what's next? What do I need to do? And well, that's why we have these couple of registration opportunities where we have advisors that come in for parents, students to come in and get things taken care of and just sort of ease any of those fears or tensions they may have and enjoy the rest of the summer.
So our first MidSummer Registration event is coming up in a week or so.
Well, just a couple of days here. Tuesday and Wednesday, June 10th and 11th is when it's going to be. It's Tuesday and Wednesday here in Alpena only. We are going to have one later in the summer down at our Huron Shores campus in Oscoda. We'll hit that date in a little bit. But from 1 to 5, advisors, academic advisors will be available. No appointment necessary. That's the biggest question I get right now as well. Do I need to make an appointment? And the answer is no, just come on in. Between 1 and 5, we're going to have a really good collection of advisors. Your specific advisor may not be there, but there will be representation from all the programs of study. We'll certainly be able to have somebody qualified, educated, and able and informed to help you to get you the class schedule you need for starting classes this fall.
And you mentioned that we're going to have an orientation beforehand. Why don't you talk about the value of an orientation?
Yeah, a lot of schools out there do have a new student orientation, and we do at ACC as well. It's not required, but I like to say it's strongly recommended. And then both of the days next week, both Tuesday and Wednesday, it's going to be at 12 o'clock. It takes about an hour and 15 minutes. It ties right into that 1 o'clock registration start time. The orientation just covers a lot of the registration guidelines, procedures, policies, timelines, things that really people need to know, along with services like Yvonne White comes and talks about our Student Services Center where we can get free tutoring and that kind of stuff. Audrey Julian will talk about transfer information and how to sort of make sure you're on pace for all of that, as well as Lori Dazinski covering all of that registration stuff. So 12 o'clock either day, come on in, get that orientation done, then we'll be able to get you right over to that registration function that's going to be happening in Van Leer Hall.
Now, the advisors that the students will talk to can help students learn more about a chosen field or a program or that type of thing. That's the question I hear most. I don't know what program I really like, so advisors can help them with that.
Yeah, I mean, we do ask people to sort of come in with a little bit of an idea. Are they a hands-on person, a business person? Do they want to be in the human services fields like criminal justice or nursing or medical? That helps us get you started to go sit down and talk to somebody. And they're going to be able to talk to you about classes at ACC, careers, jobs, opportunities to transfer, all those things that are really going to be able to help you out make the best educated and informed decision on your future, because it is your future, so let's make the right decision from the start. That's what we're here for. 1 to 5 next week. Just come on in. Once again, no appointment necessary. Van Lair Hall. I'll be out there at the front table. I'll get you where you got to go. And a lot of times people don't know what to ask.
Right.
It doesn't matter if you don't know what to ask. Just come on in, and I'll start asking you questions, and we'll get you where you need to be.
Okay. Well, one of the questions I do hear people ask a lot is about financial aid.
Oh, yeah.
And I think we tell everybody to don't wait. Act now. So why don't you talk a little bit about financial aid?
Absolutely. That is something people can do at any time. It's the free application for federal student aid, the FAFSA, people here. And the application's all online. A lot of people have heard of a Pell Grant, those types of grants, waivers, those types of things. You want to do that online. You can do that anytime at fasfa.gov. There is a link off our website, alpinacc.edu, to take you right there. You can do that. You don't have to be registered for classes yet to apply for financial aid. Get the process going, and then our financial aid staff will be available next week as well. And really, they're open 8 to 4:30 Monday through Friday. They're open all the time. It's just those next couple of days when those advisors are going to be there. But come on in. But get it going. Even if you're looking at possibly a student loan, those types of things, you really got to get things going. So we encourage you to start, act early and often, I guess.
As early as possible.
Yes.
The process has been very streamlined lately, and it's a lot faster than when I went through it a little while ago.
Absolutely. It really isn't that hard. I mean, I filled out the FAFSA application the last couple of years, and you sit down, and it takes about maybe 25 minutes, half hour, ask a lot of demographic stuff. Give it a shot, go out there, plug in, and if not, come on in. Our staff will certainly help you with that as well.
And also part of the registration process are things like placement testing and stuff like that. Why don't you talk a little bit about that? Yeah,
Compass placement testing is required for any student who's going to take English, math, go to school more than half time, and didn't get an 18 or higher on their ACT. So students typically know what they got on that. And the placement test is exactly that, for placement purposes. Some people think it's an entrance exam and they're going to pass it or they're going to fail it. That's not the case. You can't pass it and you won't fail it. Just for placement in English and math, that's going to be opening, and the testing center is going to be opening at 11 o'clock both Tuesday and Wednesday, the 10th and 11th next week, to be able to come in, get that Compass testing done, orientation, registration. I'm telling you, you could do it all. See financial aid. Biggest thing is if you've got the time, block it off your schedule, come on in, and really you can get everything taken care of. And there's advantages to coming in as classes will fill up.
Right.
Maybe you want a morning class because you got a job, or you want an online class. Earlier the better, certainly for that highest class availability.
But if you just can't make it next Tuesday and Wednesday, there's another event coming up in July. Why don't you talk about that?
Exactly. We're going to have 2 more days in July for people who maybe were undecided, unable to make it, and that's July 9th and 10th. That's a Wednesday and Thursday. And then July 16th, the week after that, we're going to be doing the same thing down at the Huron Shores campus in Escoda.
Great.
The 9th and 10th in Alpena is still 1 to 5. And that July 16th is going to be 3 to 6. And maybe everybody could tune in for maybe a future episode. Maybe we'll be back in talking about those dates as a little fresher reminder as we get closer. But if you're thinking about ACC, I mean, next week, the 10th and 11th, I strongly encourage you. The sooner the better. We'll be there and we'll take care of you.
All right. Good. So how about a little info on just the summer second 6-week period?
Absolutely. Even though we've been talking about fall registration, we have that second set of summer classes that start June 30th.
June 30th.
Or even there's some of those 1- and 2-week classes out there. I know Mr. Klut's archaeology class and stuff like that. They're out there. Use next week to come in and register for those as well.
They're still open.
Yep.
Great opportunity to get a few more credits before fall.
Absolutely. And that's if you're coming to ACC or even maybe going away to transfer away. Certainly available.
All right. Well, Mike, that's all of our time. Thank you very much for joining me.
Yep.
And thank you for joining me. Once again, I am Jay Walterite, Director of Public Information and Marketing for Alpena Community College, and this is Talk of the Town.
This has been Talk of the Town with Nancy Smitham and Dr. Olin Joyton. For a list of events taking place in Northeast Michigan, visit our website at www.wbkb11.com and click on Community. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.